Rusty Quill presents.
Push the Roll with Ross Bryant is intended for mature listeners only. Check the show notes for content warnings, and please listen with care. Want to get involved? Back us on Patreon and submit your ideas for our improvised games. Your suggestion just might inspire our next Call of Cthulhu adventure. Join today at patreon.com/pushtheroll.
Work moves fast. Every email, report, and proposal counts. That's where Grammarly comes in. It's your one place to think, write, and finish. Grammarly's AI agents help you find natural phrasing, fine-tune tone, and confidently write wherever you work. It's the premier writing tool that 93% of users trust to get more work done. In a world of generic AI, don't sound like everyone else. With Grammarly, you never will. Download Grammarly for free at Grammarly.com.
A rich life isn't a straight line to a destination on the horizon. Sometimes it takes an unexpected turn with detours, new possibilities, and even another passenger or three. And with 100 years of navigating ups and downs, you can count on Edward Jones to help guide you through it all. Because life is a winding path made rich by the people you walk it with. Let's find your rich together. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The crew of the Outpost does know a few things. Tripp, Murdock, the mechanic, knows that other missions like this have been launched. Some have not returned. Betty Morgan, the pilot, has heard a sort of mad rumor among pilots of the observers and the ravings of Smokey there at the pilot bar. Simon Cross has heard that there have been mental breaks on these sorts of expeditions, and that he is supposed to keep the crew going, even if it seems as though it is not in the best interests of their mental health. And Sandy Rivera, who is an observer herself of sorts, has been warned that there may be a mole on this expedition, and has had a sort of glimpse into the mind of the representative of the Soren Gupta company of just what it is they're walking into. A sort of mosaic of images that are probably just the fears of that individual person and not having much to do with what you're about to see. Images of the pyramid and the onrushing darkness and its eye. And with that, can we push the roll and get a secondary title for this thing to inspire us going forward?
Push it.
Oh man, it's going to be something that's so firmly planted in like Victorian England.
Hey, if it is, that's part of the fun. Like crowbarring whatever it is into what we've created so far.
I think we've got to go with Seth for this role, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to roll it up, Seth?
Okay.
Roll a D100 and see what else we get to inspire us here.
A 73.
Okay. 73.
Oh boy.
So this title comes from Kane on patreon.com/pushtheroll. And the title is The Tiffany Problem. And in parentheses, it says, but Tiffany is not a problem. And that is from Kane. The Tiffany Problem.
Okay.
But Tiffany is not a problem. Good luck, Ross.
Thank you.
Our outpost is just a blue box.
So it's just the radio keeps playing Breakfast at Tiffany's over and over again. Just
Yeah, yes. And up above you, a deep, dark nothing, but inside your pod, a deep blue something as Breakfast at Tiffany's plays.
Oh, man.
The cosmos is a cyclopean infinity of chaos. Infinite branching paths stretching off to vistas in the distance that will drive the mind mad. Shall we shrink in the face of all this? Or will we climb aboard the chaos and ride it to the end, letting chance guide the way? This is Push the Roll, We're rolling dice against your Patreon suggestions to create improvised Call of Cthulhu adventures in real time, with themes of eldritch horror, the weird, the transhuman, the transmundane, the cyberpunk, the splatterpunk, the anything punk. We don't know until we roll. Anytime, any place, anything can happen when you push the roll.
Maybe we see a manila envelope over the table slide in the diner, slide over to Sandy, and it just says Project Tiffany on it.
Great. I love it. Project Tiffany. Yeah, Project Tiffany. That is what your mission is called. As a matter of fact, yeah, all of you know, because you would know that is what this is called. Project Tiffany.
Great.
Maybe we'll find out why. I think I know why. Let's go to work. Let's go to work, says Starling.
Thank you, darling Starling.
Of course, there's many ways to go about this. I think the idea is to explore this little moon. Dane Genoviak will debrief you somewhat. Some of you have probably had intimated to you precisely what it is that we're searching for here. Signs of intelligent life. The SG Corporation has found a network of signs, and we believe that this may be another one of the same, located right here. They seem to be oriented right on the arm of the galaxy, at its furthest, most terminus. So let us see what we find here. It may be that it is a slight remnant, it may be nothing at all, but even if it is only a sign of interplanetary travel, or perhaps a rudimentary civilization or farming culture here, a sort of prelude to humanity's conquest of the stars.
If we find something, is there like any sort of profit sharing of anything valuable that's found?
Like a bonus situation?
Yeah.
Like a finder's fee?
If people find like a sunken treasure ship, don't they get like a share of the gold or whatever?
I think Murdock poses an incredible question.
As I understand it, I think SG has been very clear that this is a highly remunerative expedition, but if we bring back the artifacts and images that they're after, I think a bonus just may be in the offing.
Oh, nothing else. Look great on my Instagram.
Well, let's hit the road, Jack. I'm ready to get started.
Yes. And be careful with Instagram. The autonomous metaverse of Instagram is a very beguiling pseudo-space that many people get lost within and never return, Mr. Murdock. Cigarettes are one thing, but Instagram is truly addictive.
Those ads will get you.
Yes, my sister was killed by an Instagram ad. Yes.
R.I.P. Tiffany.
The SG Corporation was one of the first to fight back against nanotechnology, creating the ability for Instagram autonomous organisms to cross the virtual barrier and begin to walk in our world. Yes, my sister was killed by a meme.
That's a real tragedy. I'm real sorry to hear that, Doc.
Yes, the ongoing Instagram wars are not to be spoken of. That is not our concern. There are other memetics that we are after, and they are the memetics of ancient civilizations, if civil they were here, and we're not just scraping up some pieces of pottery and some loose atlatls and arrowheads. Well, let's suit up.
Will I be going into the field, Genoviak?
Did you expect to be doing your debriefs only in the pod? Don't you want to see what's out there, Cross?
I suppose I've never really left an outpost before. Okay, if there's a suit for me, I'll join.
Oh, there's a suit. You got to put on your special underwear because you pee in it, so you make sure it's facing the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put it on backwards.
How long are we supposed to be staying out there?
Oh, just a few hours, but it's always good to have a contingency. Luckily, our suits can filter the uric acid out of whatever we produce, and it's reprocessed and filtered as a potable water that we can suck through this straw. She indicates the little camelback straw poking up over the shoulder of her suit.
That's why the coffee's so good.
Wow.
Oh, yes, this coffee was made from the recycled water from the cryogenic pods.
Mm-hmm.
You're drinking your urine right now, Mr. Cross.
I think that with Genoviac, Cross had identified the lying or the concealing of some information. If he can kind of stall around on the ship, acting like he doesn't know how to put his suit on, for example, he wants to try to access the ship's logs.
Yeah, go for it.
Is that library use or something like that?
I would say that doing a library use you'll get it, but it'll be noticeable. If you do a stealth, it'll not be noticeable.
So the types of things he might be looking for, like the types of documents Genoviac's been accessing, maybe like entry and exit to different parts of the pod or even the pod itself. Oh, and I got a regular success, 40 under 45.
Interesting, yeah. You keep your own sets of medical records, but perhaps you go back to a sort of like overarching database and are basically trying to see what Genoviac has been using the computer for.
Yeah.
And you can pull up some archives that Genoviac was accessing and looking at. And you're looking at images of what look like standing stones and strange plinths, what looks like a sort of ruined obelisk. This is a little gallery of what look like drone camera pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You come across one that doesn't really seem to make sense because it looks like a sort of pyramidical structure dangling in the air.
Oh.
Without any sort of structure holding it up. Like it doesn't really compute.
I think if it's okay, he's going to try to record. It's like taking a picture of your monitor with your phone. He's going to try to record these images on his like personal comms device.
Great.
Because maybe there's something in it that kind of reminds him of some of the stuff that Lieutenant Sparks had rambled about before the break, before the meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can also see, like, you're pushing through all this stuff. You get a whole page of writing in a language you don't really understand.
Well, thank you.
And then you come across a video.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I was trying to get out of the bad stuff.
It's just there in the little analog box there on the computer monitor. I want to say this computer kind of folds around you on three sides. The monitors are to your left and right ahead of you. Every time you type something, there's a satisfyingly, but you're now like have access to this little video. Do you want to play it?
I do. Of course I want to play it. Yes.
I mean, you gotta.
It comes on and it looks like it's a camera footage from the interior of a pod, not yours. Someone you don't recognize is there, but this is something that Genoviac had access to and was looking at. There's a person in the space, and it looks as though they're rushing into a locker on the wall of the pod, throwing open a bulkhead and pulling out what looks like one of the emergency firearms, breaking it down, and is like dropping the mag. It clatters to the floor. This is all silent, though. You're not getting any sound. As they're scrambling across the space, you see them begin to fit it in. And then someone else walks onto the frame, and it appears to be the exact same person. They look up and they're looking into their own eyes, it appears.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person that was fumbling with the weapon is grabbed and dragged off screen. Maybe roll sanity for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that. What's my current? Okay. Oh, I just passed 41 under 45.
Yeah, just one. It's just a frightening video.
Okay. I think for the involuntary reaction on a 1 point SAN loss, he's just like typing frantically. So the clacking of those already loud keys is just like resonating in the room.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Cross, your clacking has drawn some attention. Dr. Cross.
Oh, Starling? Yeah. Yes, I was just, pulling reports before the field work.
Yes, of course. I was unaware that you had access to Genoviac's personal files.
Well, of course I do. I'm the vessel's psychologist. I need access to everyone's files. Except for yours, of course.
Yes, of course. I do not have a psychology to analyze.
Exactly. Say, Starling, we could keep this between us. It's a bit of an ethical issue if Genoviac knows that I was looking at this. If we could just maintain that confidentiality, I think it would help with my assessments and my reports to command.
Is this the way confidentiality ethics work in your profession? I was given to understand that this was a secret kept between patient and doctor. Not a breach of trust between patient, doctor, and the hiring body.
Everyone who signs a Sorengupta contract agrees to the terms of it. And respectfully, I think I know what's best for my patients, Starling. I can't intimidate a computer, right?
Let me describe Starling for you a little more.
Yes, please. How creepy is this interaction?
Imagine like a large oblong head that kind of looks like the dimensions of a Beats pill on top of a stalk of a neck.
Oh.
With a metallic body and two sort of undulating appendages with wire digits that can sort of form into many different shapes and be extremely articulate. And there are two sort of humanoid legs that it moves about on, also with wire that kind of grips and stabilizes on the floor. The adjective that I would use would be spidery as they sort of creep around.
Oh, man.
Sinuous.
That was my least favorite adjective that you could use in this situation. It's crazy you found it.
The sort of Beats pill-esque head is totally featureless except for one little lens on its side, and you can see it sort of like zooming in and out as it kind of looks at your face.
I think he swore to himself that he was going to conduct this mission ethically, and now that he's been caught by Starling going through these files, he's just going to freak out and run out of the room to regroup with everybody else.
He's just running away? Great.
Just like run past Starling. He's going to leave everything up on the screen. He just like, yeah, he's out.
But you've made your case, and to Starling, it's like, And the hands reach over to the computer, and 20 or so wired digits just... all of the images that you pulled up, like, blinked off of the screens.
He shows up where you all are kind of getting prepared, maybe to even leave the vessel. He's just out of breath, like, all right, everyone ready?
And let's put you in, like, full space jumpsuits with helmets. And who all is going out on this little exploration?
Well, you got to have your pilot.
I'll be going.
Morgan, Rivera, Genoviac, of course.
Pretty sure Tripp is the one that's getting everybody's equipment and everything, probably checking helmet seals and all that fun stuff.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, you're checking everyone's equipment, making sure it's all ship-shape. Cross comes in a little bit late.
Oh, the underwear's really difficult to get on. You were right.
No, you get used to it.
Why are you out of breath?
I was playing with the underwear.
That's no, you can stop.
Let's go. We're late already. We've lost too much time already.
Betty's laughing at Dr. Cross as being awkward. She thinks it's funny.
You know, if you get it twisted around, it's... you're right, forget it.
You got to play with it some more. It'll work out just fine.
Sweet. Your suit's on. Murdock has also rigged up a runabout. There's like a nice chunky wheeled all-terrain vehicle that can move out of the pod here onto the surface of Cyros 1.
Okay. Well, if everybody's ready, we can probably head on out. Don't go removing your helmets out there. I mean, even if it says it's breathable, that never works out.
What do we know about the atmosphere here?
The atmosphere is not exactly toxic, but you wouldn't get enough oxygen if you took your helmets off. It's not safe for you.
Well, who wants shotgun?
Betty's gonna hop into the driver's seat, and
Sandy will hop shotgun.
Betty's gonna put a little hula girl from her pocket and suction cup it to the dashboard. It's for good luck.
Nice. How is the gravity situation? I'm asking. I know. I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's like 30 times Earth. You're all smashed flat. No.
Damn.
So, yeah, you're all little tuna cans.
My joints.
No, let's say it's pretty. It feels similar to Earth. Maybe just like in that strange way. Every time you go to a different planet, ones that have been terraformed or colonized all have gravity within the acceptable range, but it's always strange to be on a new planet where the gravity's even a little different.
Yeah.
And let's say it's a little bit heavier. Like you drop something, it falls faster. Your footfalls are a little heavier and lifting your feet is a little tougher. It even feels like an effort kind of keeping your head upright until you turn on the little servos in your suit and it assists you in walking in this slightly heavier gravity.
And Sandy will take note of this as she flicks the hula girl to make her dance, and she comes to a stop faster than usual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She gives a little shimmy and then stops.
Yeah.
Ugh, real shame.
Well, that's interesting.
Great. The bay opens, you roll out. You can see the surface of the enormous planet that you're orbiting on the horizon, taking up a huge portion of the sky, and then beyond it, total darkness. It is just blacker than black. You're moving across the surface of this little moon, crunching over like the silica stones. There are mossy vegetation covering certain surfaces. Things are slick from recent precipitation. It looks like there is a little bit of an atmosphere and there are occasional rains. Genoviak kind of stops you at one point, scrapes off some of this moss and takes a little sample and continues to move across the surface. And yeah, let's get a spot hidden off people.
Yes.
Let's do it.
My favorite thing.
Ooh.
Just succeeded. 48.
What is the basic spot hidden?
25.
Ooh, then I just failed. I'm actually going to spend 4 luck to succeed because I think, as a pilot, I want to have my eyes on the horizon and know what I'm doing. I think she's looking pretty carefully.
Great. 2 regular successes.
Well, I got a 97 over 25, so...
No! Oh!
Okay.
Yeah, and a fumble.
And I have a regular success as well, 53 under 60.
3 regular successes and a fumble. Wonderful. Betty, the pilot, is in the driver's seat, crunching over the stones, occasionally going through little creeks that are flowing through. And Sandy, Simon, Betty, you see off to your sort of northeast a stone that's a little bit higher than the others, and as it kind of emerges out of the mist, you can see that it's set with seemingly with another stone. It's 2 forming what looks for all the world just like in the middle of this desert expanse, a gate. It's like two standing stones right next to each other.
Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we...
See what?
I think it's worth checking out.
Dr. Genoviak, should I adjust course?
Yes, by all means. By a course for those stones. I would very much like to see what's on them.
As you move towards those standing stones, they're growing as you move towards them. You can see that they're probably about maybe 10 feet tall, maybe more as you come up. Tripp, you don't see that. Your attention was elsewhere.
I'm in the seat that for some reason faces backwards on the very back.
Yeah, no, I love that.
You're in the way back.
I love that. Yeah, the two in the front, two in the middle, and then one seat facing backwards, and you're looking back.
It's like a golf cart.
Like a golf cart. Yeah.
Yeah.
You fumbled though. I'm sorry, but so yeah, you don't see the stones. What you do see is, as you're looking back over the path that you've come, you see what you would swear is a humanoid form rising up from behind a rock and sort of like regarding you off in the distance.
Sweet Jesus.
What was that?
I know it looks like a gate.
Can I help you, Murdock?
What was that, Murdock?
I swear, there's a man out there.
What do you mean there's a what?
There's a what?
There's some guy just stood up out there.
I'm going to be pointing, my arm shaking as we're driving, and say like,
this figure stood up.
Murdock, did anybody ever tell you not to scare a driver while they're driving? You about gave me a heart attack.
Well, tell him he scared me.
And as your eyes like scan the horizon again, looking back in the direction of the pod, the direction that you came, you're straining your eyes, but you no longer see that figure out there. It was as though you saw someone, and even in the mist, like attired in the way that you are. Like it looked as though, did you see the sort of metallic glint of a jumpsuit?
Look, I swear, I saw something. Is Starling following us? I don't know. Stood up.
How long did it last?
Well, just a moment, then we bounced and I didn't see it no more.
Fascinating. A visual anomaly reported. Duration, seconds. Emotional residue, high.
He makes like notes.
Trust makes some notes.
So Tripp's got a cigarette behind his ear inside his helmet, and he's like, man.
He's like touching the outside of his helmet, like reflexively trying to get through it.
Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, at this point, you're pulling up to that sort of gate-like structure. And Genoviak asks you to stop, hops out, and is like doing a circuit of the gate, looking up at these stones. They're just weather-beaten and worn. All the stone here it's very dark and sort of flecked with shimmering metallic deposits, rather like mica. Things look sort of like a dark stone flecked with fool's gold. And we're sort of like walking around these standing stones, and they seem sort of deliberately placed.
They seem rather deliberately placed, do they not? It's hard to imagine that these would just naturally find themselves in this attitude.
No, they look a bit, carved, don't they?
Yes.
Plus the likelihood that these would just occur naturally is, well, I've never seen anything like it.
Oh my.
You can see that she kind of leans down, and whoever's near her...
We were in the middle seat together, so maybe...
That would be you.
Yeah.
Worn, almost invisible, but dimly apparent as she runs her glove over the surface of this stone. You can see that there are these pitted decorations on one of these stones, and it is reminiscent of the writing that you saw, Simon Cross, when you were scrolling through Genoviak's records.
I think he's going to kind of reach out and touch it with his gloved hand instinctively when he recognizes it. And maybe I should roll sand just on seeing that this was something that's actually out there in the real world.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you're seeing something now. I think it immediately is driven home to you.
I did fail that one. 64 over 44.
Oh, no.
Oh, what a shame.
Ross does hate when that happens.
That's 2 points of sanity lost from you.
Okay.
As it comes to you that this is a sign of intelligent life. On this vastly remote,
yeah,
impossible possibly remote. Stone. In the middle of absolute nowhere. On the edge of literal nothing.
I think he's going to forget himself that he's next to Genoviak and was looking at Genoviak's files when he saw this and say,
I've seen this before.
And stumble backward.
Yeah, like, God, how's Genoviak doing? Let's see. Uh-oh. Genoviak is just looking at the writing, which if she's drawing your attention to it, I guess you can all see now. And everyone who sees this can make a SAN roll.
Oh, man. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I know I failed.
I've seen this. I've seen this before as well.
I think, yeah, if the failures take those 2 points of sanity loss. But if you don't fail, if you succeed, take none.
Rivera, are you getting this?
This is...
And she, like, tries to compose herself in, like, realizing what her mission is.
I don't believe it.
Since she is like a journalist and she has points in photography, I'm guessing we're a space mission crew. Like, we have some sort of device to record this.
Yeah. Be as liberal as you want with giving yourself sci-fi gadgets.
Okay. So she would have like whatever sci-fi video camera thing she has. And maybe we'll say like she's documenting this whole time with this device.
Nice.
As we know, you have a neural link that might do this on its own.
Yeah, so maybe it's just beep, and maybe they don't know that I'm recording it. But I would like to zero in on this text. So would you like me to make a roll for that? To see how much detail I could pick up on it, maybe?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you give me a...
like a photography roll? Or
Sure, photography, that works.
Or if there's anything else you can think of that's better.
What is it you're trying to do? Are you trying to learn more about it?
Yeah.
Decipher it?
I'm trying to decipher what I can just upon viewing it. But at the same time, like, if it takes time to decipher, I have it for our records for later.
Yeah, go make that photography roll.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, Betty is just leaning against the hood of the vehicle.
I don't know what y'all are so in a tizzy about. Isn't this exactly what we came out here to find?
Tripp is looking over his shoulder, very distractedly.
Yeah.
Looking back that direction, looking out on the horizon, probably forgetting whatever equipment he was asked to like bring forward for the scientists. Really distracted, looking around.
It was right there. It was right there. You saw it. I think that's a sanity roll off you as well, Tripp, from that fumble.
Definitely. 12.
Yeah, you're able to compartmentalize it. I think you must have been seeing things. It's impossible.
You know, the light hitting some of these metal deposits maybe made the glint, and man, I could use a cigarette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have 75 in Japanese. This isn't Japanese, is it?
Well, weirdly, it is Japanese. No. Yeah.
So funny.
It's an awesome haiku.
I rolled a 36 under 60, but I'd like to spend 6 points of luck to make it a hard success.
Awesome. That's very cool. Okay, a hard success. I want to say that with that, you take this image, your neural link captures it. And I want to say that the success is that you were able to kind of cross-reference this image immediately with maybe archival material that your neural link has access to.
That damn AI.
Yeah. I mean, Genoviak has these images on the ship. You are also a very trusted employee of the Soren Gupta company. And perhaps, like, this image, like, goes in and you're kind of, like, looking to cross-reference, find similar writing systems. And so kind of in your mind's eye, in that sort of meta space where your neural link presents visual information to you. You see your photo suddenly overlaid on an archival piece of material from you do not know where. And these two overlap, and you can see a ribbon of corresponding text sort of light up between the two of them.
Well, what am I able to see what the cross-reference photo is from? Like, what's the file info on it?
The file info on it is plinth text, Ananke 6. You know that this is a planet like light years away, like on the other end of the arm of the galaxy. And what you're looking at is, it dawns on you that you're looking at a writing system that shares similarities with a photo that was taken light years away. You're also seeing corresponding vocabulary and letters. You can cross-reference this as well with some attempts to decipher.
I would like to do that.
It's not as if you're getting the entire passage translated for you, but you're getting little, like, someone from Soren Gupta has been over this body of text and made attempts. And the theoretical translation of the few little phrases that you're getting here are things like deep, his dark tent or his dark pavilion, night or darkness, dream, memory, hunger, the darkness of his eye. This sort of stuff is coming out of you.
Oh, shit.
And she doesn't realize she says that out loud, but she does.
At this point, I think as you're dreaming of cigarettes, Tripp Murdock, and like this stuff is kind of coming into clarity, a wind picks up. And as you're standing there by these two sort of plinths, these two standing stones, some mist on the horizon begins to move and shift and roll. And Genoviac stands up, and you see her mouth kind of drop open as what the mist was concealing in the distance suddenly emerges from its blanket of white and comes into focus for you. If you looked through the gate that you're standing in, you can see in the distance two enormous structures, two stone rectangular buildings with sort of a courtyard in the center, blasted and weather-beaten. They extend off into the distance and then recede in shadow. And the shadow is strange because the sunlight is behind you, and then you realize why. What is casting that shadow? As your necks crane upwards and see that above these buildings, hanging in the sky, there is an enormous jet black pyramid.
Holy shit.
He wasn't lying.
I will probably take a step back and doing that weird, like, perspective look.
Yeah, different angles.
Yes. As you move around one of these sort of standing stones, you shift your gaze and you can see the rolling clouds, but those structures are not there.
Oh.
As you move back into the center of the two standing stones that seem to create this ruined archway, you suddenly see this enormous constructed space, seemingly accessible to your vision only through these two stones. That's a sanity roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Holy cow.
Are we all seeing this? Is this just Murdock?
I think that this is everybody. I'm sorry, there's a lot of sanity coming at you, but
that would be a failure.
I also failed 68 over 42.
I also just failed.
Oh boy.
I succeeded again.
Betty's just chill.
Betty's too cool.
Well, I didn't quite expect to see that, but Smokey did warn me.
The rest of you take 3 points of sanity loss.
And we can just say that Sandy is also taking the video of this, the in and out of this space and what she's seeing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're happy with this, Ross, I think my involuntary reaction, because I think maybe even Lieutenant Sparks described something like this to Cross as part of that psychological assessment that made him want to send him back, but he resisted that. And I think he's just going to step between the stones.
Great.
Like, this can't be real.
Tripp will try to stop him.
Yeah, hand on the shoulder.
Everybody puts hands. Mm-hmm. Everyone has hands on Simon's shoulder. Now, of course, you failed as well. You have involuntary reactions as well. How do you think that manifests for Murdock and Rivera?
It's more violent, the grab.
Yeah, you like hurl into the ground.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It sounds like your attention is on Rivera, so maybe you probably can't stop Genoviak's reaction, which is the same as Cross's, and she moves right through the gate unless somebody is going to stop her.
Ooh. I don't think I'm close enough. I think I'm by the vehicle, so...
Whoa, Doc!
So Tripp tried to lunge forward, but he is not going to be close enough to, grab her.
She's through it. She's through it and walking in. For a moment, she turns her helmet towards you, and you can see her eyes are just, entirely wide with awe. And she moves. You can see she's kind of trying to see around the gate from the other direction. And she moves around, and then she moves back, and she has a smile on her face. She looks back at you. She's like,
"You're not there. You're not there."
Why don't you head on back through the door now?
No, we've only come halfway, Murdock. We've only come halfway.
And she turns and moves deeper into the sort of towards the courtyard between the two buildings.
Well, now, Doc, I don't think that's quite exactly what the mission was. Why don't we go back to the Outpost and report what we found?
Man, she is lucky gravity was not tuna can gravity on that side.
Yeah. Yeah, she walks through and is crushed into pulp.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she seems fine. Ebullient even. Excited.
We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
Whole citadel.
We probably have some drones. We got
a whole complex.
Some little probes.
Oh yeah. You probably do. Tripp, Murdock, you're an engineer. You have drones.
Doc, why don't you come back here? Why don't we check that out? Safe?
I need to see it with my own eyes, Murdock.
Well, get in the car.
When Simon hears Tripp and Sandy talking about this, he's now convinced that maybe they should send the drones in. So he went through, but now he's kind of voluntarily going back.
I think that makes total sense. You've
because it's not about a madness. It was like a momentary.
It's not about a madness. No, a momentary compulsion you felt to enter this space, drawn to it.
And it might have been Genoviak that snapped him out because he doesn't trust her.
Right, of course. I think that makes total sense. You feel yourself stepping through, and then suddenly, of course, we don't have to explore this ourselves right away. We have technology to assist us. And Genoviak is going deeper in. And I want to say, Tripp, you have in your inventory 3 small kind of spherical drones that you can send up. They sort of levitate on their interior motors and will move out in a sort of triangulating and move into this space beyond the gate.
I will deploy the drones. We don't know how this gate works. We don't know how long it's going to be open. So yeah, let's start mapping everything around there.
The drones fly through and are hovering around in the space. You see them sort of disappear into the courtyard and then move into an aperture in one of these one of these buildings that flank the sort of pyramid space. Genoviak continues to move in.
Well, follow the dock. We gotta make sure that she's safe.
Do we have comms with Genoviak, or has that been cut off?
Yeah, I think you have comms.
What are you seeing, Doctor?
And as you establish communication, you can hear that sort of the breathing inside her helmet.
It's titanic. The buildings are enormous. Superstructures made of the same dark yet shimmering stone. Everywhere the writing.
You can see her kind of moving even deeper into the space.
Oh my God, there's sculpture. There's bas-relief.
And she's moving into this sort of left-hand building, it looks like.
How are you feeling? Are you lightheaded?
Doc, why don't you stay in the line of sight, Doc?
Why don't you give me a persuade to see if you can actually convince her?
I will spend 3 points of luck. I rolled a 33 over 30, so I am going to...
You appeal to her, luckily on a level that is capable of reaching her through this momentary loss of sanity. And how is it? Yeah, you're like, please, come back.
We need to map it out. We don't need to lose sight of each other. We don't even know where that is.
Lose sight, yes. Lose sight. Because you're not even there on the other side.
And she, right as she's about to cross the threshold into this building, she kind of turns and makes her way back.
Oh, man.
That was close. Yeah.
But don't you see? She could go inside and tell us everything. We leave the line open.
That's dangerous. We have other things that can go in there. We don't have to go in ourselves.
Rabbits?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Tiny little jumpsuits. Oh, little holes for their ears. Come on.
Space rabbits.
You're right. Just come back to us, Genoviak. We should figure this out as a group.
I kind of want to flash us forward. As she moves backward toward the gate, let's sort of fade out here and fade up back in the pod. The four of you back in that little command post. The drones have not returned, but they have beamed information back to you, Murdock, and you have on the corresponding little diskette that you had in your suit what they were able to send back to you before you lost contact. If you wish, you can engage with the computer to play what they saw.
I picture like a big 8-track, sort of like.
Exactly that.
Yeah, let's pull up. Let's get all the information out of it.
You do that. You like hit buttons on the computer, and then Starling walks over, and that little lens kind of becomes a projector. And here's the way that the Outpost displays this three-dimensional image that was taken, like in 3 cameras on your drones captured this space, and it's going to be projected 3-dimensionally.
Nice.
Some mist is sort of like puffed into the room, and then lasers out of the eye of Starling.
Yeah.
And then you can see a 3-dimensional image composed of green laser light of what the drones saw. You see them move across the stony courtyard and into one of these buildings. You see this immense interior space, just colossal, like a huge domed ceiling, and you can see that there is like bas-relief and sculpture inside. As the lasers ripple over the surface that was mapped by the drones, you're seeing what look like occasionally humanoid appendages, maybe even a humanoid head from time to time, depicted massively on the side of these walls. The words that are coming into your mind are things like temple and altar as it's moving through the galleries of this interior. And it's moving through this dead interior. Occasionally, pieces of it seem to have fallen away due to age, rippling over them by the lasers.
Doc, I thought you said
we were gonna find a rudimentary civilization. Arrowheads and atlatls and such.
Yes, this is the most complete that I have seen. Well, you've all seen it now, so I suppose I can continue to brief you. She sort of stands up and walks into the center of the room so that now it's as though she's sort of standing in this three-dimensional laser space being projected by Starling's lens. Syros 1 is one of 6 independent sites on the arm of the galaxy where ruins of a highly developed civilization have been found. There are corresponding elements in terms of structural complexity, archaeological style, and writing system. It appears as though a millennia-old civilization was setting up complexes of this sort at the furthest limits of our galaxy. This is what we know. And this temple space we have seen replicated in some way at Ananke. These space-bending gates. I don't know how precisely it's being done. It's an overlay of another universe on top of our own, whether they were capable of punching a hole in time, creating a gate that allowed you to walk through into another stream of time, perhaps another reality entirely. We don't know. This is all purely theoretical.
Are you telling me the observers are real?
The observers is a folk story, of a fairy tale. You're looking at the real evidence. This is the conjecture of folkways. We have to deal in what we know now, and we see that they have the ability to force open, to pry apart the laws of physics, to bend time, to create these doors, these apertures, and to suspend these architectural structures in space. Whatever they've done here is of intense beauty and importance. They've created a song in stone, projecting out to us and to whatever is out there in the void beyond.
But you said they have the ability. You mean they had the ability? It was abandoned. Are they dead? Is there anything living?
Yes. Was the Ananke discovery a manned mission?
Yes, it was a manned mission.
And where is that crew now?
As I say, it was very remote. It was very remote. The exposure to these distances, to such things, I think, as we've all experienced, can weigh heavily upon the mind. And the crew of the Tiffany Project Ananke mission did not return.
This is suddenly feeling like above my pay grade, and I gotta tell you, I have an astronomical pay grade.
Well, lighting a cigarette. So now that we confirmed that we got a working doorway and the other space on the other side of this doorway. Now, is this the same ruins? Like, is it different doors, the same ones? Are these all different ruins that look alike on the other side?
Yes. Do you have the files from the previous mission?
Yes, this is precisely what we need to discover. If any artifacts left behind by other missions are to be found here, are these gates all leading to one space where in some way they've managed to bend space into some sort of torus shape that allows many gates to lead to the same point in space or time?
Well, so, our mission was to go to Cirrus 1, and that is not Cirrus 1, is how I'm understanding it. So, Could we go back to just checking out this moon here?
It does feel like there should be a different contract.
I'm sorry, we just saw all of this and you want to discuss contracts?
Contracts? How pedestrian. But I think we've already spoken of how any artifacts and information that we're bringing back will be attended by an enormous bonus from the SG Corporation. So I think
Murdock makes a good point, and I'd like to see that bonus in writing.
At this moment, the cloud of smoke that you send up from your cigarette, Murdock, interacts with the lasers being projected. And it is that moment where, in the sort of laser space that is being projected, that was recorded by your drones, suddenly, the bas-relief, something moves. And you can see a humanoid figure now projected via the lasers step into the three-dimensional frame, as it were. It walks and sort of overlays itself onto Genoviak as she's standing there. And what all of you seem to see is that it looks as though the thing that is stepping onto Genoviak overlaps with her perfectly in every particular. Genoviak was somehow deep inside this facility. And that is the moment where the projection breaks and stops.
I dropped my cigarette.
Oh boy.
Promise here. Time to lock in. Men's Warehouse makes it easy. Superior quality, a perfect fit, and looks that last from pics with mom, dinner with the crew, dancing in front of the principal, and all the way to the after party. Rent it or own it, we've got you. Right now, get a free shirt and tie when you purchase an Agara suit starting at $299.99. Or rent your look with Agara packages starting at $149.99 with perfect fit rewards. Own the night, own the look, Men's Warehouse.
Thanks so much for listening to Push the Roll with Ross Bryant. You can follow me on Instagram at RossBB, and if you enjoyed the show and want to shape future episodes, find us at patreon.com/pushtheroll. Subscribe, submit your title ideas, and help decide where our next roll takes us. Catch you next time.